This afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda.
By now, I'm sure you have heard some of these taglines: the Fourth Industrial Revolution, the Great Reset, and the Great Narrative, and of course, you will own nothing and be happy. And I'm sure you've seen the face of this guy being praised as a visionary who will guide our world into a prosperous future. But what does that really mean? And what is the World Economic Forum's plan for the world in 2030? Will it be a world of increased inclusion, equity, and freedom for all? Or, as many people fear, will it be exactly the opposite? Number one, the World Economic Forum and the leader, Klaus Schwab, haven't been elected by anyone. Yet despite this fact, they are trying to influence politics all around the world in order to transform the planet that we live on.
Put into your search engine, Google search, YouTube search, Rumble search, or wherever. Search by 2030. BY 2030. By 2030. And what you will see is that this is the date that the globalists plan to have all of us that remain in chains. You will see that by 2030 the world will have transitioned from meat to grasshoppers and worms to eat. By 2030 is when they will have created smart cities, they call them. Or in other words, technological electronic jails. By 2030, transhumanism and everything else. 2030 is when they expect to have all kind of things in place. And none of it is good.
U.S. President Donald Trump orders his administration to prioritize artificial intelligence. The American AI Initiative Executive Order calls for the administration to devote the full resources of the federal government to help fuel AI innovation. This move comes as concerns increase on China overtaking the United States in key areas of artificial intelligence, helped by a broad national strategy and investment to the tune of $150 billion by 2030.
Now, why do I tell y'all right-wing conservative Republicans keep talking about what everyone else is doing to enslave the planet? It's to cover up their man's involvement in it. And coincidentally, by 2030 is Trump with his artificial intelligence that, by happenstance, is the same as the globalist elite that Trump supporters say he is here to conquer and free us from. Especially the ones who say, I'm not the right wing, I'm not part of the right wing, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Especially keep an eye on those types. And I'll get back to the 2030 thing later. Because right now I want to look at the people who want for this guy to be back in the White House, under the guise of him being anti-establishment here to defeat imperialism. These people, right-wing Republican conservatives, especially the ones who say, I'm not part of the left-right paradigm, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, I'm just me. These people think that they are in a position to question the intelligence of people who support Joe Biden. Now, do people who support Joe Biden need their intelligence questioned? Absolutely. But not by people who support Trump. People who support Trump is blacker than the pot calling the kettle black. And if not blacker, just as black. A week or two ago, I did a video showing you someone inadvertently admitting that he believes Trump was selected and not elected. Not elected by the vote of the people, but placed in office by globalists. Inadvertently. And you know what? A lot of you really need to get back into the groove of doing pre-recorded videos, because the stuff I see people doing and saying on these live streams, man, people sitting right there recording you and you can't take it back. And people get on me for writing scripts, but I tell you what, you're not going to catch me doing and saying the stuff that y'all be doing on these live streams. And my scripts act like a straitjacket. Prevents me from committing self-harm and harm to others. But anyway, I showed him admitting that. And I told you that it's going to be fun watching him try to fix it. He watches me and I watches him. And Since then, he's tried several fixes, and each time, with each fix, he breaks things. I've talked many times about how they tell themselves that there's no reason to dislike or even to hate Trump. The guy I'm going to show you is one of them. No reason to hate or dislike Trump.
Really honest to God. You know, it's very difficult to say. There are people right now who are saying that because what they're doing to President Trump. Now let me talk about Trump for a moment too. This is something which is very important. I know it's very difficult for people to say this. It's very posh for you to say, oh, I don't like President Trump because I think Trump is... He tweets... Okay, fine. Okay. Trump poses an existential threat to everyone. And that is why I like him.
No reason to hate or to dislike Trump, while simultaneously being an existential threat to everyone. Now, are we sure Trump supporters are in a position to question Biden supporters? I'm going to play the rest of what he said, but remember what I said? Remember when I said he's going to try to fix it? Well, it wasn't just the vote selected, not elected thing. He broke the hell out of that, but I'm not going to bother with showing you what he did. Another thing in that video I said he was going to try to fix was the Trump and Kushner connected with the unleashing the bug on everybody. And this clip is not his first fix. I don't remember what that is, though. This is his second fix on the Trump-Kushner connection.
Trump poses an existential threat to everyone. And that is why I like him. The guy who I would absent myself from immediately is Jared Kushner. Bye-bye. Ivanka, you and Jared, take off. I don't want to get near him. You're my daughter. I love you, but you two, get out. I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him.
To purify Trump, Lionel distances Trump from his son-in-law and business partner Kushner, and even from his own daughter, Kushner's wife, Ivana. Why Ivana too? Well, because Lionel knows about the globalist business dealings of her as well as Kushner, as well as Trump's, but Lionel defends anyway. Now, Lionel talks about the globalist, elitist, World Economic Forum, deep state stuff on his channel, but he distances Trump from it all. Here's another attempt at a fix, because like I said, he's tried several fixes. And never mind the part where he pretends to be against Republicans. Never mind that. That's not real.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it happens a lot. Well, anyway, that's the kind of stuff they love. It's that cornpone CPAC. This is why nobody from the Republicans would ever want to have me there, because I'd mock them the whole time and say, you bunch of hokum. You're like cornpone. In any event. Well, they wouldn't be talking about this. They wouldn't be talking about this. But I know you understand this. Because you understand there are people who are probably more important than anything else. Oh, and by the way, the other day, somebody actually tried to talk about this because they were... I don't understand Jared Kushner, and I don't understand why President Trump doesn't understand Jared Kushner, and why they trust this guy. I have no idea, because he's basically promoting transhumanism. This is a Ray Kurzweil, this is a Getzel kind of a weird thing, which we'll get to later. And I don't think Trump even remotely understands what the hell Trump would give us the look like. What? What? Who? Trans what? What are you talking about? All right.
Wow. Said Trump doesn't even know what transhumanism is. Artificial intelligence by 2030. And why would Lionel just mention transhumanism out of nowhere like that? Well, it's because he knows that Trump and Kushner are part of the agenda to get rid of human beings. But Lionel's job is to defend no matter what. And this is the mindset of right-wing Republican conservatives. Even the ones who keep saying, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm not part of the left-right paradigm. Trump let the bug out with the gain of function, and he's into all else that China and the others are into. But his supporters still present him to the public as being anti-establishment, here to destroy the New World Order agenda. And listen, never mind Lionel, because it's a mindset that they all share. And these people are the ones who think that other people are crazy for being a Democrat or left-leaning in our thinking.